told me once he made much more money. He invested in a real estate fund and started one. He told me he made much more money in real estate in 5 years than he made in totality playing in the NBA.
I don't want to be comfortable. I don't want to live with the mindset of nothing's going to change. It's going to be like this forever.
What do you do with your money to prepare for that?
Do smart things. I'm heavy investment, real estate. We just started a VC.
Who loves real estate?
Real estate.
Why do you like real estate?
I love real estate. And, you know, real estate is just one thing that you know where your money is. That money's in the ground. So regardless of what's going on in the world, people are always going to need places to do business, places to live. They're always going to need places. So the more that you can achieve the buy or the ownership of these places, the more that you're always going to have revenue coming back to you. You're also putting yourself in a position to always go out and borrow or get, because I have these things to leverage. So the more that you, I guess you could say, the more that you get, the more that you can do. And, you know, sometimes I think people think that it's a far-fetched goal to get. And it's not really. It's not that hard when you gain the understanding of it. The game of Monopoly is a real game.
Yeah.
It's a real fucking game. And when you play Monopoly...
Can you repeat that? I don't know that everybody understands.
The game of Monopoly is a real game. When you play Monopoly, the goal is to buy up as much property as you can and get people to pay you for that property when they land on it. Rent. That's the fucking real game. So when I look at now my success, I'll tell you, here's something that I do. And this
tell us something that only the IRS knows.
This is something that you guys don't know. Let's say I do a movie, right? That movie is whatever the fuck it is. I make a nice amount of money to do a movie. Take that number, split that number in half. Half of that number goes to the government. That's the IRS's, no matter what.
So we're talking about 25 million becomes 12.
We can just call it a number. I don't want people to knock me in the head when I leave here. Let's just call it a number, okay? Let's say that number is a number. No matter what, when you make money, split it in half.
Yeah.
Split it in half right away. Don't put the money in your bank account and look at it as you got all that money, because you don't. Half of that money is not yours. So right away, put it over here. Create a fucking account, call it the tax account. Put half of that there, so as you make money, you always put this money in the tax account. I never got to worry of giving the government their money, because that money's over there, and I don't look at that like it's my fucking money. I'm never gonna touch that money, because it's not mine, it's the government. So now off of my half, what do I wanna do? I'm gonna take another half. This half is going over here. This half is for my next real estate investment. I don't know what it is. I haven't figured it out yet, but I'm putting it over here, so when I do figure it out, I got it there to buy. So now
this is so ridiculous.
I'm only living off a quarter of my financial gain. I split it in half, and I took a quarter.
This is the reason why money matters, okay? Without money, you can't buy food to live, to be alive. So money, you have to have money to be alive. But I believe in creating generational wealth, you know? Yes.
When you look at investments today, Floyd, what do you look at? Is it a feeling? Is it have to make sense to you? Is it something you like?
If it's something that I know is paying off, lucrative and heavy, I got to go with it. I have to go with it.
How much do you like real estate? I know you own some real estate. I got $2 billion worth of real estate. I'm going to 10, so they're like, hey, maybe you partner with Floyd, you know? Create a new fund. Mayweather Cardone fund.
Well, you know, well, that's what I invested in from the beginning. The first time I invested, my first investment was real estate.
Wow.
I went from commercial real estate, huge, Skyscrapers, actually. So I own, actually what I own.
You're bragging now.
No, I'm not
now
bragging.
you're bragging.
No.
You can brag, man. Shit.
No. Actually, what I own right now is 9 skyscrapers. And I'm building my 10th skyscraper right now. So I own 9 skyscrapers, and I'm building my 10th skyscraper.
So remember one thing, and here's the important thing, that I was a millionaire before I ever did that movie, before I did Conan or Terminator, because I became a millionaire because of real estate, the business that you are in, or one of the businesses that you're in.
I didn't want you to bring that up.
No, but it's true. I saved every penny. Imagine that I did not have a blazer to go out in with the age of 24 or 25. I had nothing. I was just training and working and training and working and training and working and going to school, getting my degree, my business degree. And I was going around and doing seminars and exhibitions, and every time I made some money, I took the money and I stuffed them right here, my cash, into my boots. Because sometimes I was in England, sometimes in South Africa, sometimes in France, Canada, so I always was flying home. So I didn't want to go to sleep and have someone steal my money. So I was smart, so I stuffed my cash into my boots. Then I took them home, and then I put them in the bank. And that's how I saved up until I had $27,500, and then I put down money for a 6-unit apartment building. And then
You didn't buy a house.
No.
You bought.
No, because I tell you, there was a real estate woman by the name of Olga. She was from Lebanon, and she was Danny DeVito's height. She was like this, and actually pretty old already. I would say she was in her 60s. It's very unusual to work at that age. And she said to me, she says, Arnold, listen to me. You need income property. When you have a house or when you have a condominium, then you have to pay the mortgage and you have to pay for the expenses. But I find you a 6-unit apartment building that has an owner's unit in front. And you're gonna stay there in this owner's unit. And then you're gonna go and pay for your rent, and then they're gonna pay for their rent, and the value of your property will go up. It was a $240,000 apartment building. Now remember, this is the 70s. $240,000 apartment building. 2 years later, I got $400,000 when I sold that building. 2 years later, $400,000. Now imagine, I put only 27.5 down. Now imagine that profit.
10x.
Right? I mean, imagine that profit. Now I didn't take the money because that Olga came back. I mean, she was the original one that said, I'll be back. And that Olga came back and she says, don't you dare take that money. I said, well, what do you want me to do with the money? We trade up. We trade up. He says, you get a 12 unit. I will find you the 12 unit in Brentwood, even in a better area. And you trade up. That's what we did. 2 years later, we sold that again and traded up to a 36-unit apartment building. And then to a 60-unit apartment building, a 100-unit apartment building. This is how it went.
I hear you talk a lot about cash flow, and I know it's really important to me. So why, and why is it important for the audience to measure it?
Let me be clear about cash flow. It's the only thing I care about. There is no business without cash flow. You might be able to last for a couple of years borrowing money, getting more investors, but if you don't have cash flow, you're going to zero. You got to start thinking about things like real estate. There's a reason Miami real estate is up 40% in the last 18 months or something, because it's a hard asset.
Did you mention real estate?
I own plenty, don't worry. But I've trimmed back a bit on office commercial. I'm waiting to see how that works out, getting more into the residential side. You know, that's a good revenue. You know, I don't have to tell you this.
Yeah.
Like, you're the guy.
Are you talking about apartments?
Yeah. This guy owns every apartment in Miami. Like, he's the landlord, basically. No, listen, you have to have had a fantastic mark-to-market run on your real estate. It's got to be amazing.
It's been just ridiculous.
Yeah.
And then what happens now with everybody coming down here in the residential, the home price is going up 40%. It's just going to push into renters.
I'm one of those guys. I've been living in a condo. My wife is shopping for a home. She comes back with sticker prices that I want to throw up on my shoes.
Yeah.
Like, the stuff is insane.
Yeah.
It's crazy, but that's the market.